How can I differentiate between what I know and what I don't know?
What you don't know is an ocean, and what you know is a needle. In every situation which you find yourself in, it's not a philosophical statement which I have given. It is the truth about everything. You're wearing these clothes. What do you know about them? And imagine all the knowledge which is being practiced right now in all of clothes factories. Compare your knowledge of clothes with that knowledge. How much do you know about clothes? In comparison to that knowledge which is available, what you know in your mind or what you know in your heart. What you know in your heart is nothing in comparison. You see the sun on the sky, and you see the moon on the sky, and you see the stars. Compare of what you know about astronomy to what is being taught in universities and what astronomers know about the horizon. Compare your knowing with that collective knowing. It's nothing. Now think about everything in this manner. What do you know about mercy? What do you know about love? What do you know about compassion? What do you know about war? What do you know about peace? What do you know about food? How much do you know about peppermint? From the very smallest of knowing to very large philosophical questions. Look at the knowledge bank which you possess yourself. It's minuscule. Then imagine if you are a believer, how much Gabriel knows, a being which has been alive for billions of years. How many Big Bangs Gabriel has witnessed? How many times he has been involved in fixing the timeline for a new creation? How much he knows? How much do you know about DNA? And how much all of the scientists of the world put together? In comparison to them, how much do you know about DNA? Then imagine the one who put the DNA together, how much he knows or it knows. Any way you look at life, you look at a tree, you look at grass, you look at water, what you know is nothing compared to what is out there. That's why the one who wishes to learn more must always feel that he knows nothing. Now, when we say that you should sit in the feeling of not knowing anything, it does not mean that you shut down your memory. It's not that you've forgotten what you know, but you don't let your mind process constantly in a competitive way. That I have to say what I know, I have to say what I know, I have to say what I know. Relax. In the scheme of things, nobody knows anything. So relax. Don't try to compete with people that you need to get ahead of them. You have to put the right word in. Nobody knows what the right word is. Sometimes it comes out of them, mostly it doesn't.
How can I trust not knowing?
Use your intelligence. You're better off trusting the ocean, or you're better off trusting the needle. Choose right now. When you go to a doctor who knows so much about the body, you make a choice there. You trust his knowledge over your knowledge. You trust he knows and you don't. If you would take a course right now in a university, you would trust your teachers and not yourself. You may have a few questions here and there, but mostly you would trust that they know more than you. You trust that your cook knows how to cook better than you. Otherwise, you'll be standing in the kitchen all the time monitoring every step which he makes. When you take your car to a mechanic, you trust he knows more than you. How many times you practice that trust in one day? So then why don't you trust it all the time? Your average day is full of places, events, where you surrender what you know to someone who knows more than you. You go to the bank, they are holding your money. You trust. You sit patiently. You wait for your turn. You trust them with your money, that they will be doing the right thing with it. They know what they are doing. And you don't need to know everything what they are doing. You trust the manufacturer of the airplane with your life. You surrender very happily your knowledge to them. You trust them with your life, that they're going to take you 30,000 feet above the ground, and then after that they're going to bring you down in a different continent. And other than just a bit of a jet lag, you'll be all right. You put your life in their hands. When you will meet them, those engineers, when they get sick, they run to the hospital. They have no idea what's wrong with them. They're fantastic engineers, but they're lousy doctors. They also don't know what's wrong with them. I understand trusting God is difficult, but is it really intelligent to trust people with your life? With all the wars going around, burdens of taxes, corrupt authorities, they are people. But you don't think about it when you want to travel. Safest way of traveling is flying. If you think about it, most risky as well. So why don't you trust not knowing? When it comes to practicing it, you do practice it with your life. So you see, when you say, I don't trust not knowing, you're only trying to be clever with yourself, not with anybody else. Because in reality, you practice it all the time. So don't practice it unconsciously. Practice it consciously. Because that is the way whole humanity is functioning, but they don't want to admit it because of their arrogance.
When I accept that I don't know, and that will always be true, then what is the point of learning anything?
It is through learning you're going to know yourself. That's the point of learning. The point of learning is not to get ahead of everybody. The point of learning is to make peace with yourself and with your surrounding. That's why we say, peace be with you. That you find peace. That you keep learning and learning and learning. The holy books, the scriptures, the visible, the invisible, the manifest, the hidden, everything, so that you find peace. So when we greet each other and say, "Peace be with you," that's what we mean. How will you achieve peace without learning? If you knew where it was for you, wouldn't you go there in a straight line? If you knew where it was for you and your family, wouldn't you take them all there? If you knew where peace was for you, just like Abraham, you would take your wife and you would take your child and you would leave them in the middle of the desert because their peace was. In just a matter of months, it was going to manifest there. So he left them there in a peaceful land. He knew where it was. If he didn't know where it was, would he leave them there? Would he leave people he loved there? Knowledge is most important thing which a man possesses. That's why not knowing is so important, because not knowing is one very powerful expression of humility. Not knowing will never lead you to arrogance. The person who practices not knowing in his mind and is comfortable with the feeling that I don't know and it's okay, he is practicing humility. As long as he sits in that feeling, he is practicing humility. That is how important not knowing is. Do not underestimate this concept. This is the most important concept. You must practice. You must practice in order to grow as a human being. All growth is hidden in the concept of not knowing.
When I accept that I don't know, there is a silence that comes with it. Where do I go from there?
Nowhere. In reality, you don't go anywhere. Space around you is changing. You're always the same. You never change. So there is nowhere to go. You were born to be a witness. That's what you always do. Till the day you die. The truth never changes. It's an illusion that you think it's changing. You've been a witness to all the experiences of your life which are thrown at you. You're made to experience them. How much of your life is what you are forced to experience, and how much of your life is what you think that you have made? Your father was forced upon you. Your mother was forced upon you. You think that your wife wasn't, but you think. Maybe she is also forced on you. Your children certainly are forced on you. You're given a stomach, you're forced to eat. You're given kidneys, you're forced to drink. You're given tiredness, you're forced to sleep. You are given ambition and willpower, you're forced to wake up. So what are you doing? This space is full of material. You're forced to make money. When you were a child and when you became a teenager, you saw every adult running for something. You were forced to run as well. It took you a long time to figure out why the hell is everybody running? They must be running after important things. So you said, to be an adult, I should run as well. But then you were smart. You realized that what was all that running about? It doesn't make any sense. That question brought you to me. That why is everybody running? We are all witnessing life. Deep inside, you are not changing. Matter around you is changing. Your body is changing because it's matter. Space is changing. You are witnessing the change. Learn to be still all the time. And you will see that there will be very less anxiety in you. And there will be less confusion in you if you can hold on to this stillness which comes with not knowing. In a way, this place is your center. Never lose this center. And let life happen to you, not the other way around. You are not happening to life. Life is happening to you.
If I stay in the stillness of not knowing and witnessing, how will it affect my life?
Your intelligence will function at its peak. That's the most obvious benefit of staying in the stillness of not knowing. You will be the sharpest you can be. You can be. Secondly, your awareness will expand tremendously. Your sensitivity about observing life will become very acute. You will become highly sensitive. Your observations skills will develop. So many benefits. I'm only talking about the physical right now. Once in the stillness of not knowing, you learn to be all day long. In reality, you are meditating. You'll start to notice synchronicity of life, which is the first step of understanding the unknown, because no human being can generate synchronicities. Synchronicity will be noticed, and your intelligence will tell you that there is something more intelligent than me at play here, because I cannot create these synchronicities. It's a doorway into the unknown. Understand? It all begins in the stillness of not knowing. It all starts there. As far as your worldly life is concerned, imagine 100% use of intelligence, 100% use of observations, 100% use of awareness. You will start to notice very clearly paths to success. Even hurdles which will appear, before you have even started to do something. You would know that those hurdles will come. So you will prepare for them beforehand. You see, not knowing will tell you everything which you need to know. The one who sits in this awareness that he knows is blind, and the one who sits in the awareness of not knowing has eyes. He can see. It's the opposite, from inside to the outside. So be in the awareness of not knowing. Be still from the inside. And outside, use your awareness, use your intelligence, use your observational skills. What will you use them for? Learning. For the one who is still from within has something to learn in every instant, in every moment.